First and foremost, congratulations, graduates. This day, yes, this day has been long in the making, and now that we are here and you have your long coats, I thought it important to use the time graciously given to me by Professor Schellenberg to just offer thanks in these closing comments. Cicero told us that gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. So in that spirit, and in the spirit of this, our first celebration, please allow me to use this time to offer my gratitude to a great many of you in this room today. I want to start by first thanking our faculty and staff. For a variety of reasons, the faculty and staff that sit before you today do not represent what we look like in 2016 and 2017 when this program was being developed and started. In fact, there have been a great many that have played a role over the past several years of this program's development, and many of you are in this room today, including some of our wonderful preceptors and guest lecturers. To each and every one of you, thank you. But on this day, I want to thank in particular Professor Schellenberg, Rosenberg, Tudor, and Gadala, as well as Dr. Katie Tyson. I sincerely doubt you had any idea of what you signed up for when you came to our campus. But it's because of your courage, your heart, and an unwavering resolve to do what was required and what was right, simply to ensure that these students sitting before us today did so, leaving behind a healthy and vibrant program. There were times, admittedly, when it would have been understandable if you took the easy way out, but you did not. Instead, you chose to dig in and do the hard and noble work of building a lasting and vigorous physician assistant program. And for that, our campus and this community are quite grateful. I also want to acknowledge Eileen Mayer, who has been the sticky, gooey stuff that has helped keep this program together these past 2 years. Your resolve, Eileen, is dogged, and this team needed that doggedness, and you have the great thanks of everyone on this stage for the grinding work you put into this program. Now, I'd like to also take this time to acknowledge those of you in the audience today, and many of those who are not in attendance today, who stood by your son, your daughter, sister, brother, niece, nephew, husband, or wife these last 2+ years. We routinely ask our students in the admissions process if they have the kind of support necessary to succeed in a program of this nature. And each of the students we celebrate today gave us a resounding yes. Former Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall once said, "None of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps." He is absolutely right. While it might make for a good story to say that our accomplishments are solely our own, the truth of the matter is that we all require help along the way, even if it is just simple words of encouragement in a moment of time when we needed it the most. No house, if you will, is built on a single beam. It takes many to shoulder the burden of PA school, and your contribution to your loved one's success is irrefutable and deserves to be honored. So faculty, staff, students, please join me one more time in taking a moment to acknowledge all of those that have supported our students along their journey to this ceremony today. Finally, and most importantly, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to these students. You came to South University, the University of Richmond, from the four corners of this country, with knowledge that you were the first cohort to sit for this program on this campus. I imagine for some of you and your loved ones, it was a nervy leap of faith, but you put in us a trust and belief that we would provide the kind of education that would allow for your life's pursuits to be realized. Now, we all knew, I think, that because we were a new program, that there would be a pothole or two along the way. But boy, did we have some potholes. With some of them wider and deeper than we could have ever imagined. But you traversed them with us, and sometimes despite us. There is a proverb that says, "The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials." We are humans and will never reach such idealism, but our collective gems are brighter today because of your dedication and persistence. It really did take an entire village to get us to this place today. But as we celebrate your accomplishments, students, we do so knowing that you leave a program that is pulsing with energy, firm in its foundation, growing unabashedly, and filled with the bright minds of those that chose to follow in your footsteps. Our gem is indeed brighter, We have, in many respects, you and your unflinching nature to thank for that progress. So students, thank you. And know that your legacy on this campus and with this program is undeniable. With that, this marks the end of our ceremony this afternoon. Thank each and every one of you for joining us today, and please join us for refreshments in the foyer. And once again, congratulations, class of 2019.